Inside the Vatican's impenetrable walls, a singular figure stands out in the days leading up to the historic conclave on May 7, 2025. Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle of the Philippines, commonly known as the Pope Francis of Asia. Not only is the charming and modest Tagle taking part in the secret pre-conclave discussions, but he is also helping to lead them. As a Vatican official assisting the Camerlengo in governing the Church during the Papal interregnum, Cardinal Tagle was assigned to this position not long ago. This assignment gives him unique and immediate power at a critical juncture, showing the world that he is more than simply a papal candidate. He is actively influencing the future of the Church. Despite the strict confidentiality of the cardinals' general congregations, information that has gotten out shows that the Church is facing a critical juncture. According to Vatican insiders, the talks include a wide range of topics, including the worldwide identity of the Church following scandals, splits, and a profound need for rejuvenation, as well as doctrine. Here, Tagle's name keeps popping up as a favorite, and not only because of his theology, but also because of what he stands for: a Catholic Church that is really worldwide. This is the clearest message the Church can give if it wants to demonstrate its worldliness, according to one Vatican source. Tagle is popular all around the world, not just in Asia. He establishes connections with both clergy and lay people, bridging cultures with his fluency in English, Italian, and Tagalog. He gained widespread acclaim during his tenure as head of Caritas Internationalis for his tireless advocacy on behalf of the downtrodden, refugees, and victims of natural disasters. Many have called his addresses to the Vatican synods moments of grace. He doesn't just talk, one African cardinal remarked. Nodding along, he pays attention. Next, he stands up. Not only in terms of content, but also in terms of demeanor. Many consider him to be Pope Francis's spiritual successor. Tagle, following in Francis's footsteps, places an emphasis on pastoral care, mercy, and a church founded on service rather than dogma and privilege for the clergy. To Tagle, Francis is more than an echo. He is Francis himself. A strong statement. "This is your church too" would be sent by Tagle's election to a church experiencing fast development in Asia, Africa, and Latin America. The era of Eurocentric supremacy is over. Subtle colonialism is over. To live in a Tagle papacy is to live in the future. However, not all members of the conclave share this opinion. His capacity to lead is seriously questioned by certain cardinals. In the wake of management problems, the Vatican reorganized Caritas during his tenure as director. His detractors argue that he lacks the authority to manage the intricate structure of the Church or to combat corruption because of his kind demeanor. One conservative bishop remarked, "He's a pastor, but can he lead?" Pope Francis's initiatives have provoked a strong reaction from traditionalists, and others worry that he is too closely associated with the Pope. Conservatives, seeking a return to tradition and clarity rather than another Francis, are alarmed by Tagle's progressive stance on LGBTQ persons, interfaith cooperation, and divorced couples. Despite the concerns, Tagle is still in the lead. After the Italian Cardinal Pietro Parolin, he is always ranked second in betting markets and casual chats among cardinals. The unprecedented presence of 3 Filipino cardinals, Tagle's most ardent supporters to date, will be cast as ballots. It has been said that many Latin American and African American cardinals consider him one of us. Above all, conservatives don't fear him because he strikes a balance between being too extreme and being progressive enough to appease reformers. In a conclave when no group has a majority vote, that strategy might work. The election is about more than just Luis Tagle, though. The question at hand concerns the nature of the Church following Pope Francis. With Tagle's victory, Francis's vision becomes more than a fleeting idea. It becomes a movement, a shepherding church, not an imperial one. Across the globe, not just in Europe. The message will be loud and clear. Enough with the ambiguity, time for tradition and theological clarity, if someone like Cardinal Erdo or Sarah is chosen instead. If that is so, the dismissal of Tagle would represent a disapproval of the Francis period as a whole. There is a great deal of excitement in the global south. In his honor, prayer vigils are taking place in Manila. Catholic radio in Nairobi updates listeners on the conclave minute by minute. In various languages, the hashtag Pope Tagle is trending online. Why? Simply put, Tagle stands for more than just reform. He stands for inclusion, visibility, and representation. With his ripe old age of 67, Tagle is more than capable of guiding the Church for the next 10 years or more. Nevertheless, the window of opportunity is limited. He may only get one chance like this. The shocking part came a few days before the vote. a touching handwritten letter from the late Pope Francis. It was genuine, emotional, and personal. It had nothing to do with politics or policy. People, not power, were the focus of the Pope's writings. He emphasized the need of always being able to read people's emotions. Whoever wants power does not belong in the Church. Those who opt to serve are the rightful owners of it. Reportedly, Tagle was taken aback, not from egotism but modesty, reminding him and everyone else of the essence of spiritual leadership. The letter stripped away titles. Cardinal Victor Manuel Fernandez, who is both the chief doctrinal official of the Catholic Church and Pope Francis's closest ideological partner, officially joined the controversy, heightening its intensity. His defense of Francis's reforms extended beyond that. In the sand, he made a mark. Fernandez accused other cardinals, who remained anonymous, of blocking development out of nostalgia, pride, fear, and conservatism in conversations with the media. None of that subtlety was lost in their remarks. Exclusion is now befalling long-regarded conservative champions and papal aspirants, such as Cardinals Robert Serra and Raymond Burke. Pope Francis's legacy and Fernandez's power are both in jeopardy. Therefore, allegiance to the late pontiff may be required for papal consideration. Tagle may not be Fernandez's first choice in this situation, but he certainly reaps the rewards of the mood Fernandez creates. Tagle is an exemplary follower of Francis's ideals and a devoted reformer. That might be the deciding factor. Then, rumors began to make their way to Tagle. Sectarian reservations held by top clergy. Mishandling of abuse reports in Manila has been made an accusation. Hearing whispers of confidential documents that have been leaked. Claims, some unspecified, some grave. In what way did Tagle react, without indignation, avoid taking revenge? Insiuos. Prayer. He sank. He stopped interacting with people, went to the chapel, and thought deeply in silence. His loved ones said he seemed frightened but collected, with bulging eyes and a thin voice. It wasn't to defend himself when he did speak. It was a vow of allegiance to the Church, its purpose and its members regardless of who would wear the white robe next. Many consider his modest and subdued performance to have been the most papal of the whole conclave. Luis Antonio Tagle proved to the world in 2025 that true leadership isn't centered on victory at all times. Serving after losing might be a significant factor, relating to perseverance in the face of adversity. When the Church doubts you, you should still pray for it. The best leaders don't usually get crowned, so keep that in mind. Sometimes they are beheaded. Still, they bestow blessings.